I'm just doing a quick video because I have some time. I wanted to show you what I've been working on. I have about, 20 odd journals that I've been collecting paper, sorting, cutting, making signatures, and this is one that I just thought I'd show you a little bit about the beginning. So this is a pretty cool book. I'm undecided about whether or not I want to sell it when I'm done or if I want to keep it. So anyway, this is what it looks like before it's decorated. So I use a cardstock to protect each of the signatures just because I do like that stability that it brings. This top of the, I guess it's called the bookend, I've used this lace that I have a ton of just to make a little kind of interesting little detail there. And since this is a book about the French parsonage, I've got, it's full of French things. So big page with Paris on it. This is some of that Royal Craft shelf paper that you would use to make your cupboards look pretty in the 30s and 40s and 50s. Calendar with a pocket. I will cover that up. Tea stain paper. Paris map. And I like to keep the pages not necessarily even, staggered. Here's another Paris page. I need to take my glasses off so I can see what I'm doing. Illustration from a children's book. A couple of pretty women. This is a page from a French book. French text. I think it's a travel book. Made a pocket here, which I will fill with ephemera. I do a lot of folding pages over as opposed to cutting them and trimming them, just because I think that creates a lot of visual interest and unevenness, and so also with the potential for people to add to, or me if I decide to keep this. I love this. I'm blanking on the name of the artist, but I bought this calendar at one of their Seattle Reclaim It place, and had some really great visual images. So this will be either a flip out with some lined paper or a pocket. Haven't decided yet. So this is kind of where I begin. Lots of fold outs. France. This is part of another one of those calendars I got. And so pocket this side, Oops, sorry, I'm moving around a little bit. I've tried to rig up my own little horizontal tripod because I've been researching, and they're very expensive, and the cheap ones I could buy, but they probably wouldn't work. So I've jerry-rigged my own tripod by taping it to the table and trying to keep it somewhat stationary so that I can film nicely from above. This was paper that I made dyed with avocado. There's the Eiffel Tower. So I try to keep everything pretty French oriented in this. And when I do these journals to sell, I only add ephemera to the first signature, and then I leave the second one blank for the person who buys it so that they can add to it and decorate as they like. So tea stain doily. I spent the day dyeing paper and doilies and all kinds of stuff about a month ago. So another sort of naked woman. The Impressionists love to, sorry for the glare. Love the female form, or actually most artists do, but this is from another French book, French travel book. Gleaners, I love that painting. Another Paris calendar. The calendars are not necessarily vintage. I try to use 95% vintage. If it's not vintage, it is original. It's not digital. This is from a book about, is it Eloise? Okay. Anyway, so if it's not vintage, it's original. But I do try to keep it predominantly vintage because I like the vintage feel. So, so this signature I would probably leave as it is to be decorated. If I decide to keep it, keep the book because I love the cover, I would obviously fill the whole thing with French stuff. So I haven't quite decided if I like this pocket here because it's kind of hard to get in and out of. I might have to do something with it. I'm not sure. I might cover it or do something with it and then open up the edge. So we'll figure it out. Or the new owner will figure it out. I think this is, oh, this is Canada. That's right. The other half of the Gleaners. It's a beautiful painting. So this is the tail end. Oops, there we go. And I also like to do this kind of staggering thing too with pages from old vintage books. So that is the book. And then I have been collecting French ephemera because I actually have a couple of titles for a French book. So this has got French on it. These cards, I have about 8 of these that are from the 1920s. I love the 1920s. That's my favorite time. There's the Eiffel Tower. Don't think this is necessary. Oh yeah, okay. This is French, European at any rate. More French. L'Aquitaine. I got these from Monahan Papers. They're French. I'll use them somehow. I'm not quite sure how. This is Nice, also in France. And The Romance of the French Parsonage. That I'll make into a tag to include inside. So, yeah. I don't know what that's doing there. So all of these are just little bits of French fodder, as they say. Cinema Deluxe. Don't know where did I get that. Oh, I think I just picked it up somewhere on like the cover. La Belle Vie. Purchased from her. Birds. Yeah. French labels. I did actually get these from a vendor in France. I can't remember her name. Postcard. So, at any rate, these things will all find a home in this journal. No. And then a friend of mine, her daughter was in Paris and she stopped off at a museum and she bought me back these cards, so I'll use them. So that is the beginnings of my French journal. And when it's all put together, I'll show it to you. I may do a quick little how-to as I'm working in it. I have to figure out how to do a time-lapsed video. So it's all very new to me. And we'll see how it goes as we go along. Anyway, thanks for watching.